Hello and welcome to Star Inside News, lovely people. Today we are going to share the death of a superstar. How exactly did Michael Jackson die? Always in the spotlight, Michael Jackson was a star whose electric career captivated audience and garnered fanatically loyal fans across the globe. Yet his later years were mired in controversy with failed marriages, rumors of health problems, and even accusation of child molestation. Following his death at age 50, news of Michael Jackson's death dominated media around the globe. Fans were put in the street and tribute poured in from celebrities and politicians like Barack Obama and Nelson Mandela. Yet with the grief came question about the star's final days. The circumstances were murky and people were left wondering how exactly did Michael Jackson die. Let's take a look at a few of the key events that led up to the star's fateful death. Nothing how old Michael Jackson was when he died and when it was Michael Jackson died. How Michael Jackson died. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson died of a cardiac arrest at the age of 50 as a result of a deadly cocktail of sedatives and an anesthetic, propofol, which was administered by his physician, Conrad. It was later concluded the death was a homicide and Murray was charged with involuntary manslaughter in November 2011. Yet the story of Michael Jackson's death has its roots in the pop star deteriorating health over the last 20 years of his life. It is claimed he suffered from an eating disorder, stress, insomnia, and notably a reliance on prescription medication. It was his last fact that was said to play a key role in the events, culminating in the death of Michael Jackson when he was rushed to the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center on that fateful day. The day before, the 24th of June saw Michael in rehearsal of his final This Is It comeback tour. Nothing seemed amiss that day at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, with fellow performers stating that he seemed up on top form. The rehearsal even went on past midnight, and afterward, Jackson still found the time to greet fans that gathered outside the gate of his residence on North Carolwood Drive in the home by Hills. Problems began when, after arriving home, he complained of fatigue and insomnia. The morning of June 25th, Michael Jackson physician Conrad administered the star a series of drugs over the course of the early hours to help him sleep. Concern was raised later when Michael failed to leave his room. The afternoon of June 25, Murray found the star unresponsive and no longer breathing, though he claimed he still had a weak pulse. He attempted to revive Jackson, though statements have questioned his CPR technique and the fact he chose to do it on soft bed rather than a hard surface. Question also arose regarding the time it took Murray to get help. Notably, there was no landline phone in the residence, and Murray stated he did not know the address well enough to call paramedics by mobile. As a result, 30 minutes passed before security at the North Carolwood Drive property eventually made the call to paramedics. Emergency services performed CPR there for 42 minutes before rushing Jackson to the hospital. Here, emergency services attempted to resuscitate Jackson. After over an hour, the star was pronounced dead. Michael Jackson died at 2:26 p.m. on the afternoon of June 25, 2009 at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. How old was Michael Jackson when he died? Jackson was 50 years old at the time of death. Autopsy and subsequent investigation. The Los Angeles County coroner determined that Jackson's death was a homicide as a result of combined drugs intoxication. The toxicology report suggested the most important drug found was propofol, an anesthetic associated with cardiac arrest. However, lidocaine, ephedrine, and lorazepam were also found within Jackson's system. The finding relates to broader question regarding Jackson's health and history of drug use during his later years. Following his death, police found drugs in his home, including some made out to false name. Statements were also made by family members, former doctors, and associates expressing concern over Michael's weight and continued use of prescription medication. The finding that Jackson died of a propofol overdose led to Conrad Murray being charged with involuntary manslaughter on February 8, 2010. The physician was sentenced to 4 years in jail over his role in Jackson's death. However, he was released in only 2 as a result of good behavior. His license to practice medicine in California remains suspended. The broader reaction to the superstar death was considerable. There was a widespread outpouring of grief from fans and celebrities across the world, and groups gathered outside the gates of his Neverland Ranch and hometown of Gray, Indiana. No less than Barack Obama stated later that the star would go down in history as one of our greatest entertainers. If you like the video, kindly like, comment, share and subscribe.